fear in my eyes. Well, now I'm rising, and you can't bring me down.
Okay, so last night was a total and complete shit show. What had happened was the ranger came by yesterday afternoon and spoke to my neighbor Rachel, who is Shadow's mom, the other dog that was playing with Groot's new friend. So anyways, the ranger comes by and speaks to Rachel and informs Rachel that the entire forest area is closed, right? And my bad for not checking the websites first. There was a ton of people there, and the ranger seemed very not concerned that people were there, but she felt bad. From what Rachel was telling me, she felt bad. Almost, it seemed like that she was having to kick people out. So evidently the roads are closed due to what are they called? Seasonal closures. So evidently the roads are closed due to seasonal closures, but all of the roads have gates and all of the gates are open. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. The website says it's closed. So anyways, I finish up work, I pack up, I run into town, I go take a shower, and I'm like, okay, everything in the van is completely dusty, right? Because whatever, we're in the desert. So I'm like, okay, so I took all of Groot's blankets, and I had like a half a load of clothes to wash. So I went to the laundromat and I washed all the clothes, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll just stay in town. Cause yesterday was Tuesday. And I have to be in town at least until, or I have to be in Flagstaff at least until Thursday when my packages arrive. So I'm like, oh, well, it's just a couple of days, I'll just stay in town. There's a Cracker Barrel I could stay at. There's Little America I can stay at. The Planet Fitness I can stay at because it's open 24 hours, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I have this game plan. So I'm just going to stay in town, no big deal. So that's why I decided to wash my clothes. Since I was going to be in town, might as well, right? Kill two birds with one stone. Why not, right? And then I was like, okay, well, I could just work at the park during the day and then just go back to one of those three mentioned places at night, right? So I get to the laundromat, I wash the clothes, I go to Planet Fitness, and I'm so uneasy because there's so much traffic. But granted, it's like 6 o'clock and all of the people are getting off work going to work out, so it's super busy. But I'm like, okay, let me just find a place to chill, or let me check out the other spots so I can make sure I have my backups, right? So then I go over to Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel is so freaking jam-packed that I can't even put this into words. Yes, I can. It's like a can of sardines. They are just so jam-packed in there. And the vans, my size rigs or slightly bigger, definitely taller, have taken over two of the parallel spots. And then not only that, some of them have taken almost 4 spots because they were parked in the double lines for like the longer rigs, and they were parked in those sections, leaving the longer rigs or truck and trailer attachments forced to park 4, 5 car lengths across, right? So that they could fit in there. Anyways, that place was a disaster. So I was like, okay, let me go check out Little America. So Little America looks jam-packed, and I don't quite go in there because I'm just like, yeah, I don't really want to be there because I don't want that much traffic around me. And so I decided to go back to Planet Fitness. So I'm at Planet Fitness parking lot, and I'm like, I can't stay here. And so I'm Googling, other areas that I can go to. And then so I find a place off of a forest road. And by this time it's like 8 o'clock. I guess it's like 8 o'clock by this time. It was 8 o'clock because the sun was just about down. And the place was 30 minutes away from where I was at in Flagstaff. So I drive over to that other forest road, the forest road is open. I confirmed that with the website. And so I drive over to the other forest road, and it's so dark I can't see anything. So I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to stay here. So I drive back to Planet Fitness. I stay at Planet Fitness for 30 minutes, and I decide that I am so uneasy being there. I was like, okay, I'm just going to leave, right? So then I go back over to Little America thinking, okay, well, all of the traffic should start to die down by now. But unfortunately, all the rigs had started to come in, and there was not a single parking spot. Not a single one. The hotel was full. The truckers section was full. And it was just horrid. It was horrid. I was so upset. But at the same time, I was starving and I was tired and I was grouchy because I had to abruptly leave. And then I did all these errands and I forgot to eat. And I'm like scrambling, trying to find a place to stay for the night. So I drive through Little America. I decide, no, this is not for me. I'm not going to do this. So then I decide instead that I'm just going to go ahead and stay at a rest stop. So there's a rest stop about 15 minutes away from Flagstaff. So I drive over to the rest stop. The rest stop is closed. The rest stop is closed. It's only open for truckers. So I was like, okay, well, let me try the other side because, you know, this is the westbound side. Let me try the eastbound side. So I go to the eastbound side. So I drive and I turn around and I come back. The eastbound side is also closed. It is also available only for truckers. I'm not happy. I go back to the Planet Fitness. Yep. Was so uneasy. I could not stay. I just could not stay there. So I ended up driving 30 minutes west once more, and I ended up staying at a Pilot gas station for the night. Flagstaff is not very friendly, travel friendly. Flagstaff is not travel friendly. At least the town, which sucks because it's a great town. Anyways, so wake up, toss and turn all night last night because there's so much noise, and we're right next to a train, and the train came by like 3 times just blaring its horns like right in my ear, it felt like. So anyways, wake up at 5 o'clock this morning, and then I decide I'm going to go up that forest road that I originally wanted to go up because, you know, the sun's coming up, so it's all good. So I ended up coming up here this morning, and now we have a beautiful, beautiful camp spot for the next 2 days. Good morning. It is 7:15. I was trying to get back to town before work this morning because I have to pick up my package, take a shower, get ready, and I'm going to dinner with my uncle tonight, hopefully. And then I have to get out of here. So, I mean, I don't have to get out of here, but I want to get up to the Grand Canyon today so that this weekend we can play and explore and then be back at a decent camp by Monday. So it's 30 minutes from where I was camped to get back to town, and 35 minutes it's 30 minutes from where I camped to get back to town from if I take the forest roads. You know, taking the forest roads can be a little dicey, as you can see, because not all of them are nicely paved. Not paved, graded. So evidently these roads have not yet been graded. So just, yes, that is a very bumpy ride, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse the further down I went. So if I was to take the street back, the freeway back, the 40 back to Flagstaff, then it was going to take me 35 minutes. Well, see, that's what I get for trying to be, you know, clever. I'm not very clever. Because now, that time that I wasted going down the forest road. I have to go back because the road just got way too dicey for me and Groot. Like a couple of potholes, whatever, I can deal with for the most part, but just know that it was crazy. So we're headed back to the main road.
In 600 feet, slide left onto Fire Road 171.
So right now it's telling me that it's going to take me 36 minutes to get back to town, 18 miles. So it's not bad, but I will literally have like no time at all. So it is questionable what I'm going to do right now. Because I don't know.
Left.
Good morning, happy Sunday. Today we went to Page last night with the intention on keep going north, and I didn't realize that Page was a destination all on its own, right? So I wasn't prepared to be in Page. Although I'd very much like to stay here, I have to go because it's going to be quite toasty this weekend, or this week. And since I don't really have a place to camp, I was just planning on it being an overnighter. I am going not necessarily back south, but I'm going back south and then back west. Because I'm going towards oh my goodness, this place is gorgeous. I definitely need to make sure I come back to Page when I have time to play and get out of here. So ideally, I mean, this seems like a weekend trip, lots of hiking. The Horseshoe Bend Overlook is here, and they have a ton of slot canyons. But the thing is, because it's on Navajo Reservation, you have to pay for everything, and I'm not prepared for that. I'm not prepared to sleep at Walmart for the next couple of nights because I just don't want to, and it's going to be like nearly 90 degrees this weekend. So, I mean, not this weekend, this week. And I definitely can't work in that kind of heat. I could, but I'm not prepared to, and I don't want to, so I'm not going to. So, but yeah, this place is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So anyways, we're going towards the north rim of the Grand Canyon. Yesterday we visited the south rim. But because I had to make a grocery run, I wasn't prepared to stay at the south rim. And I don't want to drive the 2 hours that it's going to take to get back there. Instead, I have opted to drive 1 hour to go towards the north rim and stay in the Kaibab Forest on the north rim. So, here we go. We are on our way, and we will catch up with you guys in a bit. Really nervous and really anxious with sweaty palms and everything. And I think it's more so to locations where I don't know anybody. So in case I get into any trouble, I'm on my own, literally on my own. I think I feel more comfortable in areas where somebody I know lives. Like in Flagstaff, I had no problem going to Flagstaff because I've been there before. But not only have I been there before, my uncle lives there. So should something happen, then he's nearby and can bail me out. Whereas, you know, the North Rim area, I'm really nervous about going here because I don't know anybody. Nobody in the general vicinity, nobody, like, nowhere. So I just think I just get a little crazy nervous, and I'm not entirely sure why, because I'm not sure. I mean, I know, like, yeah, I always have that fear of, you know, something happening with the van, me breaking down or whatever. But I mean, ultimately, when it comes down to it, I'm gonna be on my own anyways. So what am I nervous about? You know? Gosh, this area is so incredibly beautiful. I really and truly wish I was not, you know, working full time right now, so that I can just get out here and explore and play and just have a grand old time. Dang. It's okay. Soon enough. part-time position will come through soon enough. I mean, it'll come through whenever I say I need it to come through, but the fact of the matter is I got a lot of bills I gotta pay. And although I'm paying them, I'm just keeping my head above water right now. So let me get these paid up. And I've exceeded my budget for gas this week because I've been trying to only put $50 of gas in the van each week. And I put $78 yesterday. So hopefully that $78 will get me to my destination. And then that destination will be beautiful, and then I can stay there for 2 weeks. Although I do have to meet Auntie Tracy on the weekend of the 20th, which is gonna come and go by the time you guys see this, but that is 3 weeks away. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything's gonna work out the way it should. However, I didn't want to go back west. I did want to go up to Utah, which I'm gonna do. But I did not want to go west of Utah. I wanted to go east of Utah. However, now that I'm going west of Utah, well, I don't know, because it's all gonna depend on weather, because I am trying to stay as far away from 80 plus weather as much as possible for as long as possible, because literally I'm in the van all day working. So with that being said, the cooler the better. We are currently at the Dominguez. Oh crap, I don't know where we're at. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again in our next video. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, MamaKal.Vanlife. For more of our everyday life, please like, share, and subscribe.